Daily Fail. Children aged 10 addicted to social media. Happiness dependent on number of likes they get, reveals major study. Now this is all part of the robotics agenda. There was a post I did recently on Facebook where in China they're doing this new app now where you get likes and dislikes, and you're judged if you like the stuff that toes the party line. You get more likes than if you do negative stuff, and at the end of the day it will affect your credit rating and things like that. But this has been coming for a long time. That's what this is all about, to get you to be... In fact, I saw there was an episode of Black Mirror and something else I watched recently where exactly the same thing happened. You gave them 5 stars and you get a bit liked, and then if you got less stars, it affected your social life, if you like. So all this is about indoctrinating you into basically being a drone. UKIP chief 54 leaves wife for model 25. Well, good luck to him, I suppose. However, if she'd been a little bit younger, it wouldn't be the same story, would it? But it certainly shows he may have tendencies for younger women. Having said that, he may have just... She could be anything. She could be somewhere to tease him away and break his marriage or whatever. So, till we know the full story, leave it be. The Guardian. Broken justice. Why was a domestic abuser free to kill again? Yeah, I agree. By the same tone, why are the murderers in Parliament allowed to be walking free? Why are the murderers in Buckingham Palace allowed to be walking around free? And at the end of the day, they may think they're above the law in Buckingham Palace, but when the revolution comes, whether your property's in a trust or whatever, you think you're untouchable, ain't gonna happen. Everyone, every single one, will be held accountable for their actions. Ian Duncan Smith's going to prison, mass murderer. May going to prison, mass murderer. Blair going to prison, mass murderer, crimes against humanity, the list goes on and on against them all. Cameron thinks he's walked away, no chance. The Rothschilds think he died in a plane crash, no chance. Those that have faked the death recently because they know the shit is coming, no chance. You're going to be found. Whether you're hidden in your deep underground bunkers or not, you're going to be found and you're going to be made to serve your time. Court to clear homeless for royal wedding. Council leader demands police use law to rid Windsor of rough sleepers. How about we don't bother with the royal wedding, we lock all them parasitical scum up and we move the homeless into Buckingham Palace? Bannon accuses Trump's son of treason. They're pulling everything they can against Trump. Now, I don't believe you get to that position unless you're one of them. However, he has done some things that have been, if true, very interesting. One of the things Trump has allegedly done is issue these around 10,000 arrest indictments. And there's a lot flying about the internet of some of these elite scum being arrested, likes of Clintons, Bushes and many others, and being shipped off or moved to Guantanamo Bay. I've heard it and seen a lot talking about it, but I'm still waiting to see any evidence of it. I hope it's true, and if it is, well, it's going to make for an interesting year. If it's not, it's just more fake news. Time will tell. Until we know for sure, let's just wait and see. The Times. Blair warned Trump that UK may have spied on him. New book claims former PM was angling for job. President horrified at own election victory. Right. So Blair warned Trump that UK may have spied on him. How about Blair coming out and saying how GCHQ has been spying on everyone in the UK and then passing that data on to the US, because it's a law that you're not allowed to spy on your own men, women and children. However, a foreign nation, yeah, they can spy on you. So you allow them access to spy on everyone. Let them make sure that you aren't liable, and then they just supply you with the data. So it is spying on every man, woman and child, however, avoiding the being called a crime against your own men and women, because, hey, it's someone else doing it. However, because you've been complicit in it, you're still accountable. Go forced to plough 10 billion into farm grants. Ooh, so we'll read between the lines here. Go forced to make sure there is enough food for everyone in the UK. But he's pissed off at having to make sure there's enough food because, after all, at the end of the day, Hunger Games, they want us starving and fighting for food. The utter scum. Joe Wicks semi-naked, some other birds semi-naked. Which party leader has ditched wife for model? We know that because it was in the first one. It's the UKIP one. And it's a different bird, but again semi-naked. So that would say that because it's in the scum, that the Star won't have anyone naked today. Post bosses slammed. Royal fail. Yeah, what's new there? No special stamps for Brexit because there isn't one, but 15 for Game of Thrones. Distraction. Look over here, look over there. Don't pay attention to what's going on in Parliament or the EU or Buckingham Palace. The Star. John Barnes sets BB in motion. And you'll notice the I next to his head there. They're showing you who's in charge, who runs the papers. They do. Storm L is a killer. Now, we never used to have all these storms, and of course they'll blame it on global warming, or as it's now called, climate change, because whether it gets hot, cold or doesn't change, it's your fault. Blondes randier. Apparently blonde women out for sex more than non-blonde women. A problem is that you don't know if they're naturally blonde or not, and I think most women are pretty okay with everything anyway. Maybe I should do a survey. Tempe, Daily Express. Health Secretary sorry for winter NHS crisis, he says from Dubai. Arctic blast to last a week. 100-mile-per-hour storm Eleanor. Chaos gives way to minus 10 C big freeze. Now, we always used to get this sort of weather, but we never used to call it storm this or storm that, or, you know, name it. So this would be a way of trying to ramp up the fear. Trump's nuclear button threat to North Korea. That's all it says. It doesn't give you any details or any evidence. It just puts that in there because, hey, keep them in fear of nuclear war. Yeah. Financial Times. Investor fears ease as MIFT 2 launch passes without upset. IT failure worries prove unfounded. Volumes decline in some markets. On the carpet, Hungarian and Polish leaders defiant and amid sanctions threat. Down the bottom there. Blindness gene therapy is world's most expensive drug with £850,000 price tag. Now this is utterly disgusting. One thing that no one wants to lose is your sight. Now, if this drug even works without side effects, which is almost impossible, but if let's just say it worked and it stopped you going blind, everyone would want it, but they smash nearly $1 million price tag on it. Who could afford it? The rich. So that means the poor go blind and the rich are fine. Can you see the problem we have on this planet, this flat earth, whichever you want to call it? The parasites are okay. If you can't afford it, you go blind, you starve, you're on the streets. It's time for change, and that change needs to be the end of Parliament, the incarceration of all the criminals in Buckingham Palace, in Parliament, in the police, in the courts, in the councils. They're all working together against we the people, the men and women and children of this once great land. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.